Welcome back to the Sound for More channel. Today I'm going to show you how you can use Memphis to actually process audio from Another Gadget. It's a question which has been asked, and I'm going to show you an introduction, an example, because in reality, if you want to understand how it really works, I need to cover in more detail the gadget itself. Before I continue, I would like to remind my viewers to subscribe as it helps with growing the channel. Thank you very much. Okay, so we're inside Korg Gadget 3. And as you can see, I've just created one track with a Chicago gadget. I'm going to unmute it. And if I open the clip, you can see there is a bass sample there as a preset or as a patch. And then there is a simple, really, a bass line, which sounds like this. Now I'm going to exit that view, and I'm going to mute now Chicago so that when I play, it is still playing, as you can see, but there is no audio that is coming out. Okay, so let's say that I want to process the audio coming out from Chicago without using effect, but using Memphis, for example. Click on plus here. Now you can scroll down, and then you can go to synth right to the right hand side and then search for Memphis. There you are, semi-modular analog synth based on the legendary MS-20 monophonic synthesizer. So click on it, and now you have a new track with Memphis as a gadget. So open it and bring up the panel. So there it is. Now what I'm going to do, or what you need to do, click here on the sound program, scroll down to the bottom, and select init, so that we have an initialized sound program, which sounds like this. Remember, this is monophonic. Okay, so double click on the interface to zoom up, which is really nice, so you can see a little bit bigger the controls. As I mentioned, I will there is a tutorial coming which will explain all the gadgets, including Memphis as well. But for now, let me show you this example so you can see the basic connectivity. Okay, well, it's very simple. So of course, you can change controls, yeah, for example, for the oscillator 1 and 2, for the high pass filter, low pass filter, etc., etc. You'll notice that you have two envelope generator, and I'm going to use one to actually drive the transformation. So click on patch bay up here, okay? And then here at the bottom it says external signal processor. Click where it says signal in, okay? And oops. Try again without with the mouse. It doesn't seem to respond very well. Okay, there you are. So click without the mouse, actually, in my case, and it gives you an option to select which track to use as an input. So select track number 1, and at this point you can see the patch cable that is coming from outside into this one. Okay. So, and then it goes through a number of phases and steps, which again, I will explain in an upcoming tutorial. But at the end, you can see a trig output. So we're going to use this to actually go inside the envelope generator 1 ear trigger, which is going inside the envelope generator here. So it's used as a trigger. So we're using the external signal to generate a trigger, which then is going inside the envelope generator. And then we're taking the output of that, and we're going to drive here the voltage control amplifier, so that we have triggering an envelope generator triggering the internal engine of Memphis. Now, you don't hear anything because, first of all, it's not in play. So let's click on play. So it is playing now. But secondly, the signal is too low. So you have an adjustment here which says external signal processor. So increase that. And you can see the pics here that are showing you there is activity. And of course, now you have that bass which is playing on the other track. And every time there is a note, an event, then it's translating into a trigger, which then is triggering, of course, Memphis' internal synth or engine. Okay. Next, we're going to take the output here for the band pass filter, and we're going to connect it to the external signal input here for the high pass filter. You can see the arrow going inside there. And we are going to increase the signal level and play with a few other controls. As you can see, the Chicago gadget is still muted, so it's not producing sound. So what you hear now is sound which is coming out from Memphis. Now let's adjust a couple of parameters. So for example, let's change the waveform here, and let's adjust further the high pass filter, things like that, which of course I will explain properly in another tutorial, but just to give you a sense of what you can create, okay? And of course, you can then enable effect type. So you click here, effect on, then you click select, and then you can go and select the one you prefer. So why don't we go and have fun with the talking effect type? Of course, you have a possibility here to adjust a low and a high cut frequency here for the band pass filter. And then, of course, you can use that to narrow a little bit the, what is coming in as a signal, right? So let me show you. The other thing you can do is to adjust the CV here to match the effectively between the two CVs, the one coming in and the one, of course, produced by the Memphis synthesis. And of course, for that, you can take, for example, the output here of the CV and go inside the VCO 1 and 2. There are 2 for Memphis, of course, like that. And then you can make further adjustment here in terms of the pitch to match between the 2. It's pretty good already. You could introduce, for example, the other VCO. At the moment, the level is low. You can adjust the low pass filter, you can adjust the peak, or you can simply go for a reverb as well. Okay, so that is one example of how you can use Memphis to actually process external signal, okay? Remember, we have used the patch bay here. We have taken the signal in through this way. And as I mentioned during the video, there is an upcoming tutorial where I will explain in more detail how this gadget works, and then it will become much clearer in terms of how you can use the patch bay and for all the different cables and how you can connect them all. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. I hope these answer some of the questions from subscribers, and as always, see you next time. Bye.